Well, I just wanted to say that I am so excited by the fact that Taos 20, this 20th year celebration, is going to take place in Taos, Mexico. It's like a culmination of 20 years of people coming together and creating and sharing and generating new ideas and generating inspirations and building forward, so that now there are people coming, I think, from 18 countries into this mix to celebrate the past and to create the future.
Yes, I'm very excited about it too. It's just hard to believe that 20 years have gone by since we had our first conference there. But it's interesting how many of the good ideas and the inspiration and the fun and the success we had then just keeps coming at us again and again.
Yeah. Well, one thing that really strikes me is that there's something about the ideas in social construction which are very forgiving, which are very open, which invite others into the conversation. And so that you've got this influx of ideas which are important to people, because they have there's a certain optimism about those ideas in terms of what we can build together. But they've got ideas which are bracing and fascinating and unsettling, but the same ideas create the relationships which then create more ideas and practices. So it's been a kind of a building and growth experience of really great proportion.
And I do think that part of the spirit of Taos is one of openness and acceptance, and yet a little bit of feeling of being radical and being kind of against the mainstream, but not in a way that's negative. It's more of a positive anti-mainstream kind of experience.
I mean, if you sort of look at this in a broad perspective, it's like constructionist ideas really challenge about 300 years of tradition. So in some sense, they're like an irritant. But if you really understand them properly, they're not negative. They're merely trying to say, look, let's not accept our traditions unquestioningly. And what we can do is to think creatively about other possibilities. If we can collaborate, have the kind of dialogues which will allow us to create conceptions and practices that are alternatives to accepted truths, accepted values, accepted traditions.
One of the things that's exciting is that people can be in any walk of life and join together with anybody else and learn new things, new ways to think about their own worlds.
Yeah.
And so anybody who comes to a conference goes away with a rich potpourri of possibilities that they may have garnered from people who are otherwise so distant from them in their everyday lives.
It's like watching people come in from organizational change, from education, from therapy, from medical work, and from legal studies, from peacemaking, from community building, from social work, from counseling, you name it. And they learn from each other. They realize.
Religion? Did you say religion?
And religion, and learn from each other and grow as a result of that. And I think that has a lot to do with what we hope for the future.
Yes, I think so. And I think part of the conference is to build the future as well as to celebrate our past. One thing that's happened in the 20 years that is worth mentioning, I mean, we have developed educational programs. We have, I don't know how many books we've published.
There are now almost 60 PhD students we've graduated. We have a certificate program which now functions in 8 different countries. Workshops which go on, so
and conferences.
It goes on, and offerings on our internet, and a publishing wing that gives books away for free in all languages, which has been one of the most exciting parts of the last year.
I think that by and large, everyone who's ever come to our conferences has had something good to say. I remember one negative thing about 18 years ago, which was we didn't keep closely attuned to the times on our schedules. And we've tried to work real hard on that, haven't we?
That's going to be a special challenge this year, because the conference is really built around not individuals, but around dialogue. So instead of papers or presentations, most of the conference will be theme groups or dialogic workshops. And so trying to stop the conversation is going to be really a challenge.
We'll have to have a big bell or something that we can ring when it's time to start.
Anyway, if you can't come, next best thing is to watch it on Kristen Bodiford's extension of the conference. And thank you, Kristen, for asking us these wonderful questions. Good luck for all of us.